hypotenuse. And then cosine theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And then tan theta all right, so let's see. So what's the length? Basically, that depends what this is opposite. This is adjacent. So this is 90 degrees. So this is the hypotenuse. Okay, so hypotenuse means the diagonal, basically. So, so if I'm raising it 8 feet, so how long this has to be? So if we follow that, so sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So basically, that's going to be 8 inches divided by that length, L, will be equal to sine 30. So someone tell me what sine 30 is. Right? So that's 1/2. That's 0.5 equal to 8 over L. So now to calculate L, I have to bring L on this side, right? And then I have to bring 0.5 on the other side. So multiply L on both sides and divide by 0.5. So L is going to be equal to 8 divided by. So that will give me 16 inches. So this length has to be 16. Okay. So suppose I'm I have a a conduit. So I marked it at A, and then I'm gonna go over obstruction, so I have to make this thing what? 16 inches. And bend it there. And then so now the other part is, let's say I am, so basically you assume this, not 8 inches. This is also, let's call this thing, let's call it X. So this is going to shrink also, right? It's not going to be 16 inches. It's going to be less than 16 inches, right? So you have to add something called shrinkage, because this is not going to be 16 because that's 16. You're taking away 16 from the conduit, right? The pipe. And then this is going to be what? This is adjacent. So that's, let's call it cosine theta is equal to adjacent for hypotenuse. Okay, so this is cosine 30 is equal to what?
0.66.
So cosine 30, so that's, let's call that X, is L. So L is already 16. So X is going to be equal to L times cosine 30 degrees. So that's going to give me 16 times 0.866. So let's call it 9. So how much is 0.89 times 16?
13.8.
So 6 times 9 is what? 6 times 9 is what, 54? And then 1 times 9 is what? 9 plus 54. So that's plus 5 is 14. 14.4, right? So 14.4. So you have to subtract from 16. So this is going to shrink by 1.6 inches. So this is not going to be 16. This is going to be 1.6 less. So basically this is going to be 16 minus 1.6. So it's going to be 14.4 inches. Okay. So that's the shrinkage you get instead of being 16. Okay. So if you're, let's say, if you have like certain distance here, you have to add that shrinkage before you count that, because you're going to lose that distance. Does that make sense? It's not going to be. So if I cut 16, and then the side is going to shrink by 1.6 inches. Does that make sense? So it's just sine and cosine. We do this in math class, right? You've done this in math class.
How do you get the opposite? Like, how do you know that's the opposite versus the adjacent? Like, how do you name that?
Opposite to the angle.
Oh, okay.
And this is adjacent to the angle. The longer thing is proportional to 90.
Got it.
So